9 things women secretly desire more than money. Psychology men must know. Modern Stoic. The best thing to hold on to in life is each other. Serena Audrey Hepburn. Many men think they understand what women want. Flashy cars, designer watches, and high-status jobs. But what if I told you the key to her heart doesn't lie in material wealth? There are traits that captivate her on a much deeper level. Traits that transcend anything money could buy. These traits aren't loud or flashy. They don't scream for attention. Yet when a man exudes them, a woman feels them in her core, beyond thoughts, beyond words. It's in the way she breathes around him, how her body responds to his energy, how deeply she feels his presence. The men who truly understand this, whether they are playboys, mystics, or modern Stoic kings, know that women seek more than money. What they long for is deeper than wealth. Women crave meaning, power, and genuine presence. And when a man embodies these qualities, he unlocks an undeniable attraction. This isn't about tricks or surface-level advice. If you're tired of pretending and seeking validation through superficial gestures, you're in the right place. We're focusing on the kind of power that doesn't need to show off, the kind of power that feels as solid as gravity itself. By supporting this journey, you're not just helping us grow, you're becoming part of a movement that empowers men to become grounded, desirable, and free from the confusion that holds them back. Let's dive in and explore what truly matters. Number 1. Directional confidence. In a world filled with distractions and uncertainties, there is a rare magnetic power in a man who knows exactly where he's going. This is the essence of directional confidence. Women, no matter how much they may try to deny it, can feel it in every aspect of his being. His body language, his tone, the way he carries himself in a room. He's not rushing, not aimless, but walks with a quiet intensity, signalling something deeper. Purpose. This is something that many men miss. Most wander through life, reacting to situations, adapting to circumstances, hesitating when decisions are required. But the man who exudes directional confidence is not waiting for life to tell him what's next. He's not looking for external validation. He already knows his direction, his goals are clear, and his values are unwavering. He is a man built on intention, intentions that are grounded in something far beyond the ordinary. And this is where the power lies. Women aren't drawn to loud ambition or the superficial displays of confidence that lack substance. Instead, they are magnetized by the quiet certainty of a man who doesn't need to explain his mission because he embodies it with every step he takes. When she sees that you are not aimlessly drifting, but instead building something meaningful, she starts to perceive you differently. You are no longer just another guy in the room. You are a force, one that she feels. This subtle yet profound shift in perception is what makes you stand out. It's not about dominating or controlling her, but about having clarity. Here's why this matters. A woman's attraction is not driven by the superficial, not by looks or material things. It's rooted in her biological wiring to detect leadership energy. But leadership, in this context, is not about manipulation. It's about having a sense of direction, a clear, unwavering purpose that extends beyond her. Women are drawn to men who have a mission, a legacy they are building, something they are deeply passionate about. When she sees that you're focused on a greater purpose, she feels safe to follow. And that doesn't mean ignoring her, dismissing her needs, or being emotionally unavailable. No, it means that you are anchored in your own path, in your own journey, and she becomes part of that, not the end goal. This difference is the key to the magnetic pull that many men fail to understand. It's not about grand gestures or superficial promises, but about a deep-seated certainty that you are headed somewhere, and she can sense it. She feels your direction, your clarity, your leadership, and that's what makes you irresistible. In a world where most men are trying to get by, simply reacting to life's challenges, it's the man with directional confidence who wins her desire. You must be the man who knows where he's going and walks that path with purpose and conviction. The secret lies not in loud declarations, but in embodying your mission. When you do this, you make an undeniable impression. Women are not seeking a man to simply validate their existence. They seek a partner who will join them on a journey, a partner who leads with purpose and clarity. So if you want to draw her in, focus on building your own mission. You must cultivate your own path. Don't wait for life to dictate your direction. Be the man who lives by intention, and the rest will follow. Now, I want to hear from you. Have you ever experienced this kind of magnetic pull from a man with direction? What are your thoughts on how purpose impacts attraction? Share your opinions in the comments. Let's keep the conversation going. Number 2, social fluidity. In the complex dance of attraction, social fluidity plays a pivotal role, especially when it comes to understanding what women truly desire. It's not just about being liked. It's about being admired, respected, and seen as someone who is trusted by others. A man who walks into a room and commands the respect of those around him without even uttering a word is sending a powerful message. Women are biologically wired to assess social cues quickly. This has been ingrained over thousands of years of evolution. When a woman observes that a man is accepted, respected, and followed by others, her subconscious automatically begins to view him in the same light. This instant social proof speaks volumes, far more than any carefully crafted words ever could. You don't need to be the loudest or most attention-grabbing person in the room. You just need to be the center of gravity, the kind of person others naturally gravitate towards. A man who walks into a room and is met with friendly eyes, warm greetings, and subtle nods isn't just well-liked. His social presence has already done the hard work. But why is this so crucial? Because when a woman observes a man in a social setting, she learns more about him in the first few minutes of watching how he interacts with others than in an hour of direct conversation. Does he walk into a room with ease? Or does he seem out of place? Is he comfortable in his skin, relaxed in the presence of others? Or does he seem unsure and anxious? These initial cues tell a story far more powerful than any set of words could. When a man is respected and trusted by those around him, that respect and trust are reflected back to him by others, and a woman watching him will feel that too. It's not about being the loudest or most charismatic person in the room. It's about exuding an energy that makes others feel comfortable and secure. This social fluidity isn't about networking or trying to impress. It's about emotional fluidity in its purest form, understanding how to hold space, how to be present without needing to dominate. In modern life, this means that when you enter a room, take a moment to scan it slowly. Don't rush in, don't look desperate for attention. Acknowledge others early with a warm nod, a brief glance, or a friendly greeting. Be present. If someone is speaking, listen to them first before offering your response. Redirect attention back to the group, not to yourself. Master the small rituals, maintaining eye contact, allowing your presence to fill the space without forcing it, and timing your replies without rushing. This is how you build social fluidity. It's about being attuned to the emotional energy around you and knowing how to calibrate your response. Don't match the loudest energy in the room. Match the strongest one. This isn't about competing for attention. It's about knowing how to remain grounded in your presence while also navigating the emotional landscape of others. Now, here's something crucial. The next time you're in a group setting with a woman nearby, resist the urge to chase her attention. Instead, engage with the group. Let her observe your value through the way others interact with you. Don't make her the focal point. Make your presence and the way you interact with others the focal point. Women are keen observers, and when they see you being socially fluid, graceful under pressure, kind to strangers, and grounded in your presence, they experience something primal. They recognize your value not just through your actions, but through how others respond to you. They'll think, if others admire him, maybe I could too. It's not about logic, it's about primal recognition. And this kind of recognition unlocks desire faster and more powerfully than any compliment, gift, or clever line ever could. So the next time you're out in a social setting, remember that your greatest asset is not how you present yourself alone, but how you are perceived by the group. Engage with presence, Hold space without forcing your way in, and let the respect others show you speak louder than any words you can say. That's the key to unlocking deeper, more genuine connections, and it's a skill that every modern man must master if he wants to truly understand what women desire. Number 3. Grounded humour. Every man desires to make a woman laugh, yet the overwhelming majority fail, not because they lack humour, but because their humour stems from desperation. The moment she senses you're seeking her approval or trying too hard to entertain, the attraction begins to fade. Sure, you may get a smile, perhaps even a chuckle, but that's not enough to pull her in. Why? Because your humour lacks the one thing that truly drives desire: grounding. Grounded humour is the real game changer. It doesn't chase laughter, it doesn't try to impress. It isn't a performance. It's the expression of a man who is already whole, who understands that true intimacy isn't won through jokes, but created through emotional depth, lightness, timing, and energy. When you make her laugh from this rooted place, it affects her on a deep, subconscious level. It signals to her that you are a man at ease with himself. You are not anxious, not seeking validation. You occupy your space with power and ease. You're playful, but you are also commanding. This combination? Pure magnetism. It's what draws her in. And make no mistake, this type of attraction isn't built on trying to be funny. It's built on being grounded in who you are. To cultivate grounded humour, start by practicing silence after you make her laugh. Don't rush to fill the gap. Let it linger. Let her feel your steadiness in that silence. This act alone reinforces your sense of security, and she'll take notice. Keep your teasing soft, calibrated. Gentle irony is the key. Flirt through insight, not insults. You don't need crude or over-the-top humour to captivate her. Precision and playfulness go hand in hand. A well-placed expression, like a slow smile, a raised eyebrow, or unwavering eye contact, holds far more allure than any punchline ever could. And if she doesn't laugh, don't try to correct her or force the moment. Stay neutral. She may not remember the joke, but she will remember the feeling you left her with. To be truly magnetic, you must be unapologetically yourself. Understand this. The goal isn't to make her laugh. The goal is to make her feel safe, secure, and drawn to the man who knows his worth. As Steve Jobs once said, "The people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do." Be that man, grounded, powerful, and unwavering in your presence. Stay true to yourself. Let her laugh when she feels it, but never for the sake of impressing her. Let your grounded humour speak volumes. Now, here's your challenge. Practice this approach. Next time you're with her, let your humour come from a place of complete self-assurance. And, if you haven't already, like, comment, and share this with those who need to hear this message. What will you do differently next time to embody this grounded power? Drop a comment below and claim your mastery. Number 4. Consistency as seduction. Consistency is the quiet force behind true seduction, a steady rhythm that women instinctively desire and rely on. Many men misunderstand the true nature of attraction, mistakenly believing it hinges on sparks of passion or grand, sweeping gestures. The idea that excitement and fireworks are the key to building deeper attraction is a falsehood. You don't need expensive gifts, poetic words, or dramatic actions to capture her heart. The real key lies in something far more rare and lasting: consistency. You must show up and remain constant in your actions, words, and energy over time. But don't mistake consistency for being robotic or unfeeling. Consistency doesn't mean you shut off your emotions or become emotionless. It's about emotional reliability. It means that no matter what mood she's in, whether she's elated or enraged, your presence remains steady. It's about the way you respond to her, not fluctuating or reacting based on her energy, but providing a calm, unwavering presence that she can always count on. This kind of reliability doesn't just create stability, it builds trust and safety. Women, like all human beings, need stability in their relationships. When they feel that, they can let go of their fears, anxieties, and uncertainties. When you are consistently there for her, whether in moments of joy or in moments of tension, you create a safe space where she feels protected, understood, and supported. Over time, this steady presence allows her to relax her defenses and begin to trust you in a way that is impossible without this emotional reliability. This is when desire begins to grow. Slowly but surely, it's cultivated through your ability to be emotionally grounded. As Carl Jung wisely said, the meeting of two personalities is like the contact of two chemical substances. If there is any reaction, both are transformed. You must give her the room to feel emotionally safe, to trust that you won't react impulsively to her mood swings, and that no matter what, you will be there. It's a rare thing for a woman to feel this deeply rooted security in someone, and it's that security that lets her heart open fully to you. When you are consistent, you begin to build something much more valuable than short-lived passion. You are building a foundation that will stand the test of time. You are becoming the one person she knows she can depend on. This is a feeling that goes beyond mere attraction. It's a powerful connection based on reliability, trust, and emotional safety. Desire, as much as it is often romanticized as an exciting, fast-burning flame, is actually a slow-burning fire that requires a solid base to thrive. Without consistency, the flame flickers and dies out, but with it, it becomes an enduring force that only grows stronger as time passes. This consistency, therefore, is not something small or insignificant. It is, in fact, the very cornerstone of deep, lasting attraction. Don't chase the fleeting thrills of excitement and grand gestures. Those may win you attention, but not trust. The most magnetic and powerful force in any relationship is emotional consistency. When you are steady, dependable, and grounded, that is what creates a deep, lasting desire. A desire that lasts far longer than any grand romantic gesture ever could. This is the path that leads to something greater than just attraction. It leads to a lasting, transformative connection. It's time to ask yourself, are you ready to be that rock-solid presence for the woman in your life? Are you prepared to show up consistently, unwaveringly, and emotionally reliably? If so, you will discover a depth of connection and attraction that most men never experience. Don't underestimate the power of your consistent presence. It is far more valuable than any material gift or fleeting excitement. If you want to go beyond surface-level attraction and create something that stands the test of time, then consistency is your most powerful tool. Think about it. How much more deeply would your connection with her grow if she could count on you, day in and day out, to be the steady force in her life? Share your thoughts below. Have you experienced the power of consistency in your relationships, or are you still chasing the excitement of the moment? Number 5. Protective energy. In the depths of a woman's biology, beyond the surface-level desire for excitement, she craves something far more profound. Containment. Not control, but the kind of unwavering protection that allows her to feel safe and secure, emotionally, energetically, and physically. This is her primal need, her core desire. It's not about thrill. It's about a man who exudes protective energy. When she meets a man who embodies this energy, a profound shift happens within her. Her breath slows, her body relaxes, her voice softens, and most importantly, her defenses fall away. This shift doesn't happen due to bravado or exaggerated displays of masculinity. It comes from something far more powerful, a quiet, unshakable presence, a presence that communicates with every fibre of his being. No matter what you bring, whether it's your storm, your spark, or your silence, I will stand firm. I will not flinch. I will hold you. And that kind of strength, that kind of certainty is rare. Very few men possess it, and it's what women crave more than anything else. In modern life, men have been misled into believing that being strong means loud, bold actions or dominating every room they walk into. But the true power lies in quiet confidence and an unwavering presence. It's about being grounded and secure in yourself, being a rock for the woman beside you, not because you're flexing your muscles or shouting about your success, but because she can feel that no matter the chaos, you won't waver. That is the essence of protective energy. Think of the famous words of Mahatma Gandhi, "In a gentle way, you can shake the world." This applies here. True power doesn't scream for attention, it simply is. Your stillness, your grounded energy, makes her feel safe enough to drop her guard and open herself up. You don't need to control her, you need to hold her. And when she feels that, she will open to you, trust you, and ultimately desire you in ways that go far beyond surface-level attraction. This dynamic doesn't just benefit relationships, it transforms the way women see the world around them. When you give off this protective energy, you create a space where vulnerability is allowed, where trust is built. It's in your gaze, your posture, and your words, each one wrapped in a promise that she will never have to carry the weight alone. And that's the power you wield as a man, a power that comes from a place of deep self-assurance. True masculinity isn't loud, it's quietly powerful, confident, and deeply protective. That's the kind of energy that attracts her, not flashy, but rooted in strength. Now, let me tell you something that many don't understand. She can feel your energy. Women are far more intuitive than many men realize. She can tell if your confidence is forced, if your presence is weak, or if you're uncertain. And when that happens, her walls go up. That's why authenticity is key. You must first be at peace with yourself, truly confident in your own worth, and only then can you project this protective energy. Remember the famous quote from Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic emperor: "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injustice." In your case, the best way to win her heart is to be unlike the weak, insecure men who need to prove themselves. Be unlike those who yell for attention. Instead, become the man who holds his ground, who can stand firm when the storm rages around. Become the one she can trust, the one she feels safe with, because when you exude protective energy, there is nothing more magnetic. Take control of your life, build your strength, not only physically, but emotionally and mentally. Show her that you are not a man who falters under pressure, and watch how her trust in you grows. Let her feel your unyielding strength and embrace the power of protection. This is what will set you apart. This is what will make her desire you, trust you, and ultimately fall for you. Now, take charge, step into your strength, and be the protector she longs for. Number 6, emotional framing. To truly understand the magnetic power that some men seem to have, we need to delve into a concept that separates them from the crowd. It's not their looks, their status, or even their words that make them stand out. The secret lies in how they frame reality. Men who possess this ability have a magnetic pull because they know how to craft every moment with intention and allure. This isn't something that can be faked or pretended. It's a true reflection of their inner confidence and self-awareness. When it comes to interacting with women, understand this. They are not just listening to your words, they are sensing the entire essence of how you communicate. Women feel the energy you project, and that energy comes from your body language, your tone, the pace of your speech, the pauses between your words. All these subtle cues combine to form an emotional landscape that tells them what the moment really means. And that is the art of emotional framing. Magnetic men don't just say things, they create an atmosphere around their words, which is why women often feel an undeniable attraction to them. Think about it. In any interaction, your words are just the tip of the iceberg. What truly communicates your intentions and your state of mind is everything else. The silent messages you send through your posture, your eye contact, the way you carry yourself. These are the elements that women are instinctively picking up on, even if they can't articulate exactly what they are sensing. It's an intuitive connection that women form, based on how you make them feel in the moment. And that is the essence of emotional framing, the power to make every moment intentional, powerful, and magnetic. So let me be clear. You must master this skill. It's not optional. You have to understand that women are constantly interpreting the emotional undertones of your communication. Whether you're aware of it or not, your body language speaks louder than your words. This is where many men miss the mark. They focus solely on what they say, thinking that the right words will make the difference. But the truth is, it's the way those words are delivered that matters most. You need to create a powerful emotional frame around every moment you share with someone, because that's what makes you memorable. It's a lesson every man must learn, not just for attracting women, but for mastering life itself. The most charismatic and successful men know how to shape the emotional context of every interaction. They know how to make women feel understood, special, and seen. And that's what you need to aim for. As you start applying emotional framing in your own life, remember this. True masculinity isn't about overpowering others with your presence. It's about making them feel drawn to you in a natural and powerful way. Emotional framing allows you to do just that. When you consciously design the emotional tone of your interactions, you create a magnetic force that draws others in, especially women. This is why mastering emotional framing is one of the most powerful skills you can develop. So, how do you start? Begin by being fully aware of how you're presenting yourself in any situation. Pay attention to your tone, body language, and the way you pause between words. You must cultivate a sense of control, balance, and confidence that others can feel without you having to say a word. This is your opportunity to show up as the strong, intentional man that you are. Once you begin to master emotional framing, you will notice a shift in how others respond to you, especially women. They will be drawn to your ability to make them feel important, understood, and connected. And this, my friend, is the key to truly magnetic masculinity. Don't just take my word for it. Consider the wisdom of the great philosopher Aristotle. We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. Emotional framing is a habit. It is a skill you must practice, day in and day out, until it becomes second nature. It's a tool that not only helps you attract women, but also makes you a more effective, confident, and grounded man. So take action now. Learn to frame every moment with intention, and watch as the people around you respond to your strength, confidence, and presence. I challenge you to reflect on your daily interactions. Are you framing them with power, attraction, and emotional depth? Or are you leaving things up to chance? It's time to take control. Share your thoughts in the comments below. How do you use emotional framing to connect with others? Number 7. Compassion. Compassion is often misunderstood. In the modern world, we tend to think that what women desire most is money, power, or status. But in truth, compassion holds a place far beyond what most realize. You need to understand that true compassion goes beyond sympathy. It's a genuine sense of care and empathy, an emotional investment that speaks to her very soul. Compassion isn't about feeling sorry for someone. It's about understanding their pain and stepping into their world without judgment. When you show true compassion, you're not just offering a fleeting moment of empathy, but a deep emotional connection that can bridge any gap between you and the woman you're with. And here's the key. Women often desire compassion far more than wealth. They want someone who listens, understands, and is willing to share in their struggles. Your money might give her comfort in the short term, but compassion offers something much more valuable: emotional security. Don't misunderstand me. Financial stability matters, but emotional connection holds the real power. It's the foundation for any lasting relationship. Now, in today's fast-paced world, it's easy to forget that women, especially those between 35 and 70, have seen it all. They've lived through highs and lows, made decisions that shaped their lives, and experienced a range of emotions that make them who they are today. They don't need your wealth to validate their worth. What they need is your presence, your willingness to be there for them, to listen without rushing, and to share in the emotional intimacy that transcends material things. You must realize that while material wealth can provide security, it's emotional wealth that truly nurtures a relationship. Compassion allows you to tap into that deep emotional well the women often keep hidden, and when you do, You open the door to a bond that will surpass anything you can buy with money. In a world that values achievement and outward success, compassion is often seen as a soft skill, something secondary to strength and power. But you must understand that true strength lies in emotional resilience, the ability to be vulnerable without being weak, and to show compassion without expecting anything in return. Women can sense when you are truly present with them, and they can tell when you care beyond surface-level interests. The most profound connection you can create with a woman is one based on understanding, kindness, and emotional generosity. This isn't about fixing her or solving her problems. It's about acknowledging her emotions and being a steady source of support. In modern life, when everything else feels transactional, compassionate love becomes a rare and precious gift. It's not something you can buy. It's something you earn through time, attention, and emotional availability. Take this moment to ask yourself, when was the last time you showed true compassion to the woman in your life? I'm talking about the kind of compassion that goes beyond the superficial, the kind where you set aside your ego and just listen. If you haven't done this in a while, you need to change that. Compassion doesn't just build trust, it deepens it, and trust is the bedrock of any strong relationship. The simple act of showing that you care can transform the way she sees you, not as a provider of material goods, but as a partner who is emotionally invested and willing to grow with her. This is the essence of modern Stoic wisdom, being emotionally strong enough to hold space for others, to meet them where they are, and to share in the raw beauty of human connection. So, stop focusing on the things you can buy her. Instead, offer her the one thing that money can't buy, your genuine care and emotional presence. You must start now. Every interaction is an opportunity to show compassion, whether through a kind word, a thoughtful gesture, or just being there when she needs you most. This is what women secretly desire more than anything. They want someone who shows up, not with fancy gifts or expensive dinners, but with a heart full of understanding. When you do this, you'll realize that the emotional connection you build through compassion is the true wealth that women cherish above all. So, be present, be compassionate, and watch as your relationships grow stronger and more meaningful. Compassion is the key, and it's a door that opens to an entirely new world of connection, trust, and love. Number 8. Altruism. Listen closely, men. Money isn't what women desire most. It's power, respect, and emotional security. You've been led to believe that wealth will win her heart, but it's not the truth. Women seek a man of strength, a man who stands firm, not in his bank account, but in his character. They want stability, not just financial, but emotional. Be the man who listens, who is consistent, who doesn't crumble under pressure. As Seneca once said, "A man's true worth is found in his ability to make his woman feel secure and cherished." Stop trying to impress her with material things. Impress her with your character. Be disciplined, reliable, and authentic. Your presence, your ability to be calm, and your commitment are worth more than anything money can buy. Women crave a man who is steady and unshaken. Your true power comes from within, from mastering your emotions, and from being the rock she can rely on. So, here's the truth. It's not your money that attracts her. It's your integrity, commitment, and emotional strength. Become that man. Lead with consistency and purpose, and watch her desire grow. You've just unlocked the 6 most powerful forces behind deep female attraction. These traits don't require money, fame, or flashy gestures. They come from within, from a man who doesn't need external validation because he already owns internal mastery. This is the essence of every grounded Stoic and high-value man, not through noise, but through presence, not through control, but through certainty, not through wealth, but through weight. Men who embody this don't chase attraction. They become the gravitational force that women can't resist. Attraction isn't something they pursue, it's something they radiate naturally. True power comes from mastering yourself, not impressing others. When you stop seeking external validation and focus on building inner strength, you'll naturally become magnetic. Women are drawn to the quiet confidence, the man who has nothing to prove but everything to offer. As Marcus Aurelius said, the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. When you lead with certainty and presence, you stop chasing and start attracting. If you've made it this far, I know you're ready to become unstoppable. Drop unstoppable in the comments to claim that identity. Subscribe for more insights that will shape your life, not distract it. Like this video so more men can step into their power. Share it with the man who needs to stop seeking approval and start commanding respect. This isn't just a video, it's a guide to masculine mastery. Thank you for watching. Walk forward with your new identity. Quiet, grounded, and desired. You are the man she feels before she understands.